Okay, so this is my video over here. I'm gonna play it real quick. Okay, so that's probably about at its highest point. Now put it into PowerPoint. I'll give some instructions on that in just a second. So right here, this is probably its highest point. Here, I don't know if you can see that. See how it stopped at its highest point? Now you see these buttons, they move forward 0.25 seconds. See, so that would be, this would be my 0, this would be 0.25. Well, if I clicked it, 0.25, see how it's falling down? 0.25, and that's a quarter of a second. So basically you get it to its highest point, or the second you released it, like if you dropped it out the window, and then every time you click that, it'd be 0.25. So your highest point would be right here. So that would be your 0, and it'd also be your 0 position. The problem here is that you have bricks, and we need this in meters. So I'm going to show you how to fix it. A few things about the bricks. I measured them. We're going to assume that they're 0.6 centimeters each. They were 2 inches. So 1 inch. So like, for instance, if you look over here, you don't have to put this in the spreadsheet. I'm just showing you because it's easier in the calculator. I'm going to put the inches, and then when we're converting inches to centimeters, if you look at a ruler, a centimeter is smaller than an inch. So let's say we have 2 inches, and a centimeter is actually 2.54. So there's 2.54 centimeters in an inch. Basically about 2.5, a little bit more. So I'm going to click over here. So we've got 5.08 centimeters. Some people were counting them as, you know what, let's go ahead and just do it as 5. I think that's easier to see. Some people were counting them as 6 because of the mortar, the cement stuff in between them. It's up to you, 5 or 6. I mean, some of you had different bricks altogether. And I will address this like border thing here in just a second. But first, let's just get a nice converter going in because it's easier to count bricks than to have to sit there with a calculator. So if you go up to here, B, this little header, see how this highlighted everything and turned it dark gray? I'm going to hit down, and I'm going to hit insert 1 to the left. Now that's yellow. I'm doing my color coding thing. I don't want to do that. So here's what I'm going to do. Let's see. What's a good color for this? Let's just do light gray. I have bricks. So I'm going to put number bricks. Okay, so just a second. See how I'm doing this? See how I highlighted these 3? I want to put my number of bricks thing in there. I'm just going to scoot that down. I'm going to go up here. I'm going to hit Control C for copy and Control V for view. And there, now I've got my key. Again, you don't have to do the key. I'm just doing that to make it easier. So basically, I want this yellow column to spit out my meters for bricks. So if each brick is 5 centimeters, it's like having 5 pennies. So if you have 5 pennies, the way you would do that is $0, 0.05 cents, like $1.05 or something. Just to be clear, I know most of you know that. So in the yellow column, I'm going to tell it to be a calculator. I'm going to put equals, and then this is the number of bricks. I'm going to do Shift 8 because that gives me the nice little asterisk star thing right here. Whoops. Yeah, right there. Anyway, and then I'm going to multiply it by 0.05. So for 0.05 meters or 5 centimeters, and hit enter. And I'm going to go back up here. See how it has B2 times all that? I'm going to go drag it down. See, this one's B8. So I could go like 3, 4, 5. See how it's calculating it? The only problem is I just forgot. You don't fall up, you fall down. So you're not going up 5 centimeters each time. You're actually falling down. So I'm going to put negative in front of the 5. So I need to go back to that. See, because this one doesn't have that negative. So I'm going to go back, drag down. Okay, so if I had like 45 bricks here, that says negative 2.25 meters. That looks good. So we have all of that. That is how you put your brick thing in there.